295 on Ridge Road. We're going to go into a canopy here, so we might lose him, but there's not a lot of roads that come off of this. So once he gets in here, he's going to be pretty much forced to come out the other side or take a dead end road. So it's not working out to his advantage. The interesting thing is, this is the same road that he came up when he left 295 the first time. So it's almost as though he knows where he's going. He knows the roads because he's using the same road again, unless that just happens to be a coincidence. Now, I just saw a brief glimpse there, but I don't think the camera's going to be picking it up. But Foxtrot is right over the treetop right now, and they are over the road, over the treetop, just following along. So they've got eyes on this car, and every once in a while I can see it peek through the trees, so I can see where Ridge Road is, and we are able to follow this based on our GPS, so we can figure out where the road's going to pick up on the other side. So he should be coming out the other side of these trees in just a second, and on that, you see a little break in the trees just on the left side of the Foxtrot helicopter. That is the road, so in just a second we should see him. Now that car right there is not the car we're looking for, so give it a second here. It appears as though he may have made a turn, so we're going to look around here.
Yeah, and, 295 this time of day can be just a total traffic jam anyway, not to mention this, yeah. And then he gets off on Ridge, so as you mentioned, clearly he knows where he's going. To give anyone who's tuning in some perspective, got on at 295, got off. We've been following him, what, for about 10 minutes now, Captain Jeff?
Yeah, it seems like it's been about 10 minutes. It's been a fast 10 minutes. And you were talking about the traffic on 295. Fortunately, 295 wasn't as bad as it can be. So he was able to actually go down the travel lanes, then jumped off onto the shoulder for a little bit. And 100 is where it got a little scary. When he got onto 100 westbound, he was forced to go onto the shoulder because it was kind of heavy. All right, Foxtrot is now circling. I'm going to try to see where Foxtrot might be looking.
And again, for anyone who's just joining us, this is a police pursuit in the area of Linthicum around Ridge Road at this time. We do not know who is in that car. We do not know what they are suspected of. All we know is that the Foxtrot has been pursuing from the air, and at times there have been officers on the ground pursuing. As far as we know, there have been no accidents caused by this chase, I guess we can call it at this point. And so far, this car has been following the line of traffic. Is that not correct?
Well, they've been kind of jumping back and forth from main roads to side roads. Right now, they're on a main road or a back road, as far as we can tell, and that's River Road, which is running through the almost into Lansdowne area now. And Foxtrot's still down low, right over the trees, right over the top of this road. So I'm expecting the car to come out the other side, and there's the car right there. You'll see it coming up around that bend. Tilt down, Billy, and you'll pick it up. And right there's the car. And behind that vehicle, cannot tell if that's a civilian or an unmarked police car, but see if I can maneuver here so that you can see what happens when he comes out to that intersection. And that intersection is going to be West Nursery Road. So he went left on West Nursery Road, which is actually heading eastbound now. And there are a little bit of trees down there. We're trying to manipulate around a couple other helicopters here, so that's why we're having a hard time staying with him. And now it looks like we'll be able to stay with him for a few minutes here. Now, this looks like okay, we've got a police car in front of this car, so this is going to hamper his ability to go much further. So let's see what happens here. There's that police car. They are on River Road, and they're on Nursery Road now, and it looks like they are approaching let's see what road this is. Hammond's Ferry Road, so it's River Road approaching Hammond's Ferry Road, and this could be coming to an end right here.
Not crossing over.
He made it past. He's going through the intersection here. He's turning left, and now he's heading northbound on, I believe we're on Hammond's Ferry Road now, trying to get past that truck. And it looks like if he continues northbound, he's not going to be able to get onto any major roads right away. But as you can see, he's going against the flow of traffic here. So very dangerous situation. Unexpected right back onto, so now we are on to, give me a second here, I'll tell you exactly where we are. It looks like we're on 695, so we're on the outer loop of the Beltway now.
Wow. I mean, this is pretty brazen. And
So,
the police cars behind him, that one you said was about a mile behind, we're not seeing any police activity on the ground at this point.
I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 police cars, possibly 7 police cars. So a total of 7 police cars behind this car. He's on the Beltway, but now he's exiting from the Beltway. Looks like he's going to get back onto DW Parkway, 295 southbound. So he's going in a big circle. He's really taken these police officers for a trip around the same area, just to the northwest side of BWI Airport here.
Right. We mentioned that a couple flights had to be diverted or postponed, rather, I should say delayed.
Now at this point,
I'm looking ahead of this vehicle here to see what's going on, and traffic is stopped on 295 southbound, just ahead of here. So this car is going to have to take an exit here. If they don't take an exit, it looks like they are leaning towards taking an exit. If they don't, it's going to be tricky for them to get by. There's also a lot of traffic, so it could be a very dangerous situation. But as you can see, he's not taking the exit, so he's choosing to go the where the thick of the traffic is. So this could get dangerous, could get very interesting to see what happens here. I don't know if there's a roadblock down here. It does not appear to be a police roadblock down here.
Wow. Yeah.
And interestingly, BWI Tower has gotten very quiet. They are being very cooperative, working with. I've talked to Fox right now, and Chopper 13's up at 1,000 behind you.
As he communicates with the other choppers in the air. If you're just joining us, this is a car that is under pursuit at this time, both on the ground and in the air. We do not know why they are chasing this vehicle. We do not know who the suspects are inside, but clearly that suspect or they are very eager to get away at a high rate of speed, driving in and out of traffic. At this point, it looked like the exit off of 295 near Catonsville. And
the exits here will be getting back onto 195 northbound. So still using the same roads he's used before, just kind of circling around again. So it looks like we're 195 westbound, and we'll pick him up on the other side of the trees here. And I'm still working with the other helicopters. There's 2 helicopters up here. One is Foxtrot, the other one is another news helicopter. And we're all following the same aircraft, but we're managing our altitudes so that we don't run into each other, obviously, and we're also keeping our eyes outside. So as we come around here onto 195, we'll be able to pick this car up again. You can see getting a little bit more aggressive. I think he realizes that that this is that he's got a lot of police officers chasing him here at this point. So he's also getting onto roads that have more traffic, which is creating a very dangerous situation for innocent drivers out here on 195. Right. And we are heading in a northwest, almost a northerly direction right now, following 195.
Obviously, this is rush hour, which means that the traffic is even more intense. Can you tell from, we have not seen many of these vehicles, so I can't tell you, which police districts are responding to this? Are these state troopers pursuing this driver?
No, these are local police. It appeared to be city police at the moment, but I don't know if they handed this off to Anne Arundel County Police or not. Or I'm sorry, not Anne Arundel. It's definitely not Anne Arundel County. So we're still with him. I'm trying to figure out what road this is that he's on. Looks like Washington Boulevard. So he's Route 1, northbound on Route 1, and crossing over double yellow lines.
It's hard to tell from the air, but he's clearly moving a lot faster than the other cars.
He is moving faster than the other cars, and it does appear as though the police are just maintaining the same distance. They're not trying to get in and do any kind of a pit maneuver at this point, which would be extremely dangerous with all these other cars. Now, he's on the wrong side of the road. He's passing cars which are side by side here, so they moved out of his way. So now we've got an unmarked police car pursuing, and right behind that unmarked police car is another white police car, and behind them I'm seeing at least 3 police cars and then a couple other unmarked cars. So now we're getting into an area that's a little busy with traffic and lights, so this could get a little hairy again. Still moving along Washington Boulevard northbound, and let me check, see what we're passing here.
I'm surprised he hasn't hit more traffic, right? I mean,
Say it again?
I'm surprised he hasn't hit more traffic at rush hour, 5:30 on a Thursday evening on 295 northbound and southbound, and then now on these side streets. You know, it's amazing that he has not hit anything yet.
It's got to be nothing but a coincidence, because as I look out there and I get a look at some of the other roads, 95 and 295 and the Beltway, there are directions on those roads that are very packed with traffic right now. But the roads that he seems to be picking, he's either getting lucky. There's no way that he could know this traffic. Okay, he's starting to make a left here, and it looks like he's making a left onto Sulphur Spring Road.
And once again,
that right under us.
That black vehicle behind him, you assume, is an unmarked police vehicle, correct?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear. I was talking on the radio there.
The black car that is close behind, we assume that is an unmarked police vehicle?
That is correct. As best we can tell, he's actually taken over the lead in this chase, and he's really moving in. So this is almost the closest we've seen a police car on the tail of this vehicle since this police chase started. And so let's see, our Silver Spring Road is going to go up, and it's going to bend around back to the west, and it's going to cross back over Washington Boulevard. And I'm guessing that when we get to Washington Boulevard, we get a little close there.
Yeah.
As we get to Washington Boulevard, he's going to have to make a decision on whether he keeps going or is he going to get back onto Washington Boulevard. He's utilized that road a couple times, so we're going to lose him for just a second here. He's got to go under this railroad trestle. He'll come out the other side. Again, Sulphur Spring Road approaching Route 1.
Yeah, you have to wonder where he's going and what's going through his head at this point, and fear for the people who are just trying to get home from work this evening.
Okay, we got to...
Of course, we don't know who's in that car.
Right.
We don't know if it's one person, two people, male, female. We have no idea at this point.
Okay, he is now back on. It looks like he's gotten onto... I believe this is Southwestern Boulevard, Route 1, Route 1 that he's following right now.
Picking up speed, it looks like, too.
And I believe I understood you correctly when you said, Captain Jeff, that the chase began in the city, that the first officers you noticed were city police?
That's correct. The call came out, and it was a call for some assistance in the Southern District of Baltimore City, and he's gone all the way into Anne Arundel County. He's worked his way around the airport, near the airport. I don't believe that we ended up into Howard County, but we did get pretty close at points. But now we are back coming up on the city limits. We should be crossing the city limits in about less than a mile. And he's right about there. He's just passed into Baltimore City again. And the next road he's going to come up on is Wilkins. So if he takes a right, he'll be going Wilkins back into the city. This could get even more dangerous, because now we're going to get into city traffic, which doesn't have the infrastructure road-wise for this kind of traffic. When you have a wide open road like 295, it makes it a little easier for him to move around. But now he's going to run into some roadblocks. In fact, there's a little bit of a traffic jam right up here by St. Agnes Hospital, and he's heading that direction. If he continues along Wilkins towards St. Agnes, he's going to get into a little bit of a backup.
Now, for police, they don't, fortunately, there isn't a canopy like we saw with the trees in the county here in the city, so they're able to follow him from the air a little bit easier. But it looks like that officer behind, well, there he goes on the other side of the road. But that unmarked vehicle staying behind him. What about the other police vehicles, Captain Jeff?
They're still behind him there now. Another one just joined the chase. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are with him. Another one that's about a block behind. So we're now at Wilkins. We just crossed Caton Avenue, and we're heading into the city. So we're eastbound on Wilkins. And there's a bus pulling out in the road in front of him, so I really hope that he slows down or that that bus gets out of the way in time. He doesn't seem to be aggressive with other drivers other than crossing into lanes, and not like some of the chases you've seen on television where the cars try to, where the suspect tries to run into other cars. He's just continuing to run, and this is going to come to should come to a close pretty quickly here.
We have to assume, although we cannot hear, that the police vehicles in pursuit have their sirens on, warning the traffic that this is coming.
Yeah, they've all got their lights on, so we could definitely assume that they've got their sirens going as well. And we are now crossing. Let me check this real quick. Like we're still on Wilkins, and we're coming up on Monroe Street. He just made a left. He's bailing out.
Just bailing out.
He's bailing out.
Well, there's one, right?
Could,
so
yeah,
is that
could
the
be the
driver,
driver or maybe
the passenger, right?
Gotcha. Looks like a passenger bailed out. Now he's on a side road here, and this is just 1 block north of Wilkins is what this road is here. Coming past a school, he's going to make a hard left, and I'm pretty much right up above him right now. I'm going to try to move away so that our camera shot looks a little bit better than that. But he's northbound on what appears to be Peyton Street, but I'm not positive about that at this point. He's making a left, and the police are definitely getting closer now, so they're moving in. A cop is backing down the intersection to create a roadblock.
Right.
Another cop car coming in from the other side. So they've got him here. This is it. It's almost there. He crashed. Let's get back over here so we could see. He just crashed into a parked car. The police did assist in that. They did contact the vehicle. They were able to make it lose control. He crashed, and it looks like they're moving in on him. So up against the side of these row homes here.
We do not know what he was wanted for.
Is being taken into custody right now.
So somebody bailed out of that car. We have to assume. Okay, I know it's hard, Jeff, but can you be a little more precise where exactly this is happening right now?
We are on in the Western District. We're near Monroe Street. I believe the street that they're on is South Peyton Street.
Okay.
About a block north of Wilkins Avenue in the city. And the suspect is in custody. The car has damaged a porch there, you can see. Crashed into an unmarked car. And if you just tuned in and didn't see this, the police were able to sort of gang up on him at the intersection and created a very narrow area to pass through. The car went through the middle of them, lost control, and that's how this ended up here. Now, about a couple minutes ago, we actually saw a passenger bail from this car on Wilkins, and we saw that person run. We didn't see anybody pursue that person. We were watching this, and the police officers as well were watching this car.
I would assume, would you not, that officers who were in pursuit of this car, somebody stopped and arrested whoever bailed out of that car. And
that's very possible. There was enough police cars behind this that's possible. Now, it looks like there may have been somebody in the back seat of this car as well.
And here, it looks like it appears that only the driver was arrested. It appears that was all that was left in the car was just the driver. We only saw one arrest.
Now, that person does not seem to be under arrest at this point.
Well, it's amazing that more people weren't involved in this.
It's miraculous, and thankfully. And it looks like the house where the car smashed into the porch, it looks as though that's a boarded up house. So hopefully it's a vacant home and nobody's property has been damaged. Nobody who's living in that house is now got a problem.
Well, at this time of day, it's a nice evening. People sitting outside on their front stoop. And like you said, Denise, thank goodness it's vacant. It looks like they did quite a bit of damage. But yes, very fortunate that it did not cause more damage along the way. And to the other cars, he was going against traffic for quite some time, going up and down 295, and then, of course, on those side streets. Excellent job, guys, following this police vehicle, Billy Poplovsky, and, of course, Captain Jeff Long.
So
really incredible.
If you're just joining us, to summarize quickly, the car was being pursued by city and county officers for up to 20 to 25 minutes, but now the driver has been forced to pull over, smashed into this, it appears to be a boarded up home, and the driver's been arrested, as well as, we assume, a passenger who bailed out a few blocks away.